Flight controllers. Give me a go, no go for launch. Booster.
Go.
Retro.
Go.
Vital.
We're go fly.
Tell you.
Go.
Control.
Go fly.
Procedures.
Go.
Network.
We are go. We are go.
We are go for launch.
Prepare to launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Audio Missile Podcast.
Okay, today in the news this week, Janet Jackson. I thought she was a pretty good singer, but according to what I've been hearing, people have been walking out of her concerts because she's lip syncing too much. What's going on there? Is she just lazy or is she getting old?
Well, she's 53 years old and she seems to look pretty good, but her voice maybe can't keep up.
What about Celine Dion? She's old. She has her show in Las Vegas and she's singing out there like, all by myself.
What if she's lip syncing too?
She's still...
No, Celine don't lip sync.
I don't know. People haven't walked out of her concerts yet.
But
so.
True.
It happened in New Zealand and she was having audio problems. And what she said was, well, I couldn't keep up with the performance. The music was too fast. But in Brisbane, Australia, just earlier, people walked out because she was caught lip syncing and she was trying to hide the fact by hiding the mic over her mouth as she was singing. So people wouldn't catch on, but they figured it out and they walked out.
Wow.
But in New Zealand, it turns out half the concert walked out of her performance.
Okay, so would you be okay? Because if I'm paying for a concert, I want to hear you sing. I don't want to hear no lip syncing. I can hear that shit in my car.
Oh, you're talking about Milli Vanilli.
Anybody. If I'm paying to hear a rock band play, like if I'm going to go see Guns N' Roses, I want to hear Guns N' Roses play. I don't want to hear them pretend to play.
I'm gonna fucking record
the air guitar and shit. Screw that.
You ever heard of Milli Vanilli?
Oh, you're young.
Yeah, he's too young.
See, our
24.
Our technician here, our sound technician here, Boris, is young. He doesn't know about Milli Vanilli, but back
24 years old.
20-something years ago, there was a group of guys, a pair of guys, right?
Yeah, the two dudes.
They won all kinds of awards, dude. They won like
Grammys.
My dad told me about
and
this.
they were faking.
My dad told me about
They used
this.
to sing Blame It on the Rain, right?
Yeah,
Blame it on the rain.
And
Yeah,
I think
they were huge.
The tape malfunctioned on stage.
No.
What happened was the real singers were like these. They were like they weren't like marketable. It was like a fat guy and something. And then when they got famous, they outed them because they didn't want to pay them.
The record company said, you don't look good. You're not marketable. And they brought in these two supermodels from Europe. And they gave them long hair extensions.
Yep.
But it turns out
One committed
those dudes
suicide.
could really, one committed suicide over it. Yeah.
Why? He was
Because
happy?
they could sing, but they couldn't sing like Milli Vanilli.
Right.
And once people were used to hearing that voice with that face, then they heard another voice that
They're like, what the fuck?
it didn't work.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Janet Jackson. So what's going to happen there? She should retire or what?
Well, I think she's trying to redeem herself. She performed in Hawaii this weekend and she did a protest. She gave this symbol on stage.
Did she flash her tits again like at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, right. The one that was accidental. No, that was what was that?
A wardrobe malfunction.
Wardrobe
It happens.
malfunction.
It happens.
No, that was planned because the camera knew to zoom in at the right time.
On the tits?
But that was like ridiculous at the Super Bowl. They made a big deal about that. Come on, we're beyond that.
No, the Super Bowl knew. They just had to pretend for liability reasons, but they knew because the ratings went up. The ratings actually went up that year.
Yeah, the NFL has a lot of morals. You know,
NFL?
Their players are always getting arrested for beating wives and smoking drugs and all kinds of crap. So anyway, I don't want to get into that. So, would you pay to go see a Janet Jackson knowing that she lip syncs now?
That's a good question. That is a good question. Well, we'll leave it up to the subscribers. We want you to comment and let us know what you think. Would you guys go pay to see Janet Jackson?
You are listening to the Audio Missile Podcast.
Okay, do you guys like movies?
Yeah.
I like me some movies.
Yeah.
You like classic movies?
I do like classic movies.
Okay, well, there's a movie, Finding Jack,
Yep.
where they're trying to make a CGI James Dean.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how do you feel about dead actors taking jobs from living actors?
That's so crazy.
Well, that's not too inspiring if you're an up-and-coming actor to know that.
Yeah, I'm a fucking waiter and I'm waiting tables and they're using CGI. They're going to bring back all these dead actors. I'm
That's
pretty much
crazy.
screwed.
Well, not everyone's going for this. So the movie's called Finding Jack, and they approached the estate of James Dean, and they were all in on it. But they also wanted to get Elvis and Paul Newman, and they said, no.
Okay, well, there's a difference between Elvis and Paul Newman and James Dean. Elvis and Paul Newman have a lot of money.
They have merchandise. They have empires.
So Paul Newman has like sauces, dog foods, all kinds of stuff, right?
Lemonade.
Paul Newman Foundation.
Yeah.
Elvis has Graceland.
Yeah.
And
What does James Dean have?
Elvis month?
Rebel Without a
Elvis
Cruise.
year.
I mean, Rebel Without a Cruise is not being played on Netflix that often.
Right.
So, yes, I get why the family said, okay, we'll let you do our stuff.
And you know what? And James Dean is very famous, and people love him. But, the family wasn't touching that money. So they decided, hey, so they got a lawyer. They lawyered up, and they approached them. And they said, hey, we'll go for it. And so now in Australia, it's called the Australian Law Reform Commission. And they're saying, well, is that fair? Is that fair to animate a dead actor and take those profits?
Does he still pay his SAG fees?
Interesting.
Right? What's next? What's next? A porno with Ron Jeremy?
Right,
CGI Ron Jeremy?
I mean...
But who owns the rights to all this?
So, and that's the point. But would James Dean even take the role? I mean, would these dead actors do that? We're assuming what they would do.
I mean, they already had their moment.
They had their moment.
I mean, like,
we want to protect their moment.
New actors. There's a lot of new talent out there that needs work.
That's right.
They need to be discovered. I would be really pissed off if old dead actors are taking my damn job.
Right.
You think it's cheaper for CGI?
It probably costs even more.
No, it costs more, but they're guaranteed. And this one's going to be a full body CGI.
Huh.
And so this Australian Law Committee, or this commission, what they're saying is they need to protect dead actors from digital predators.
Digital predators.
Well, I mean, if you're taking a dead identity and making profit off it, that's kind of like...
Right, that's what we call that, identity theft.
So,
of a dead person.
So, like Charlie Chaplin, is he like copyright free? Can we like make a movie with Charlie Chaplin?
Well, let me tell you about those copyrights are 70 years. A lot of those things are 70 years. After 70 years, you can use it. You could use it. And see, that 70 years, it gives the siblings, the family, the heirs time to utilize the royalties in the publishing. After that, it's open season.
So we don't have to pay them?
You don't have to pay them after 70 years. Like Mozart, Beethoven, all that stuff.
I mean, but if I use, like, let's say I make a movie with Elvis, the family's going to contest it, right? They have money.
70 years. 70 years after 70 years.
All right.
So we'll see. We'll see about that.
I'll be waiting for 70-year count on all the dead actors that can make movies with them.
That's right. So let's send a message out to those up-and-coming actors. How do you guys think, or what do you guys think about this?
Yeah.
In your future careers.
Yeah. Let us know about dead people taking your jobs. How do you feel about that?
Stay tuned. The Audio Missile Podcast will be right back.
Okay, on our first podcast, we talked about the Superman curse.
Yep.
Let us know a little bit more about that.
Well, today we're not talking about the Superman curse. We're talking about the Superman disguise. You see, in UK, United Kingdom, there was a David Springthorpe, if I'm saying that correctly, he was 30 years old, and he was a shoplifter. And he had warrants out for his arrest, and he thought, well, if I dress like Clark Kent, I'll get away with it. It's called the Super.
God.
It's
what do you mean, just glasses?
Yeah, the Clark Kent glasses.
No.
And he thought he could fool him. And he almost got away with
maybe
it.
in the movie no one could tell who he is. He puts on the glasses and no one could tell.
No, and it's trending right now. It's called the Superman disguise. And they're actually, a lot of these glasses are selling, the Clark Kent glasses. Now, he was on the street in I don't know what they call the police in England, a regular barrister or something, or MP, an MP, that's what it's called.
Bobby?
A Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby.
A Bobby. And he recognized him, chased him down the street and tackled him, arrested him, because there was a warrant out for him. And so he's wearing these Clark Kent glasses. Now, he got a 30-week custodial sentence. Have you heard of that? Custodial sentence.
Is that like Caltrans out here? You have to clean the freeways?
Right. Well, I don't know if they have that in England, but you ever seen that, Boris? Where no, what they do is when you have to pay community service.
Oh,
they have your ass out there picking up trash on the side of the street.
They do that here. Up on the freeways.
Yeah.
30 years?
No.
Oh, he said 30 years.
He got 30 weeks.
Oh, fuck. 30 years is kind of steep.
Yeah,
30 years to pick it up
still
trash.
a fucking long time.
All right, good. Well,
30 years is a long fucking time.
The Superman disguise doesn't work, basically.
Right, it does not work just like the Superman curse.
So don't go out there and try it, guys. Don't put on the fake nose and the mustache and the nose.
And the Clark Kent glasses. Well, we'll see. So If any of you see anybody with those Clark Kent glasses, let us know in the comments below.
You are listening to the Audio Missile Podcast.
Okay, so every time I go by Popeyes, there's a line out the door.
Oh, traffic jam never.
So I've been trying different chicken sandwiches. I went to Jack in the Box. Then I went to Church's Chicken, which is actually pretty good. They don't have a chicken sandwich, but I had some chicken like tenders and but their honey glazed biscuit was amazing and the chicken was good. It was as good as Popeyes.
That Church's Chicken sounding good, but they might enter the chicken wars. That's right, folks. The chicken wars are heating up right now.
Chicken war.
You haven't heard of the chicken wars? No, it's a competition out there. But before I talk about the chicken wars, we're going to give you some Popeyes updates. We promised you. Now, it turns out those employees in Wisconsin where the body slamming took place, they fired them. 7 employees, including the manager, are now fired.
What about the person that got slammed? Did she sue the restaurant?
Oh, no, she's suing.
Damn.
Well, that's why they fired.
Are they going to pay her money or chicken?
No, they're yes, my boy. Well, I'll tell you, something else did happen, and this is in Colony, Texas.
Yeah.
It turns out that they had so many people in line waiting for their Popeyes chicken. The guy brought his 8-year-old son to work and put him...
That's child labor.
No. The child labor laws got enforced.
He could have gone by Home Depot and got like 3
Oh, no. Listen, he's now fired too. So Popeyes is having a lot of legal problems. And, I mean, it seems like every week something new is happening with these guys.
All their profits from the chicken sandwiches are going to go to lawsuits.
No, actually, it turns out the profits are increasing. Hence the chicken wars. So... You ever at a Chick-fil-A?
Not really. They're kind of like discriminate against gays. And
Well, yeah, we know about them, right?
Straight,
Our Trump followers.
I don't discriminate against anybody.
Right, we're open to all people. But now check it out. They've entered the chicken wars. No, the problem started when Popeyes tweeted out on their Twitter the other day that it is the original chicken sandwich.
But they're not.
Well, Chick-fil-A.
I used to have the chicken little at KFC. That was a chicken sandwich.
Back in the day. Well, Chick-fil-A, their slogan is they're the home of the original chicken sandwich. So
is that Popeye?
Yeah, well, Popeye's chicken's like, nah, we're the king of chicken sandwiches. But guess what, my boy? There's a new player in the chicken wars.
Who is it?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, they don't even own some chicken.
Taco Bell, my boy, is in it. And they're doing a test run this week in Houston and Dayton, Ohio. And what they're doing is they're testing their new form, and this is what it's called. Crispy tortilla chicken tenders in the chicken wars.
What?
No, let me tell you about this, my boy. It's marinated in jalapeno buttermilk.
Oh, wow. And
then they coat it in tortilla chip crumbs. And to top it off, Taco Bell introduced a whole new sauce.
Why is everybody all of a sudden? Why is everyone interested in chicken sandwiches all of a sudden? What happened?
The chicken wars. It's cheap.
They used to be chicken sandwiches before.
No, I'm going to tell you, the price point is cheaper than beef. It's cheaper than beef, and they're making money. And this is the way. This is the one. So you know what?
I'm thinking the CEOs of each restaurant should get down like a Royal Rumble. And winner takes all.
WWE.
And then where all the losers can't make chicken sandwiches anymore.
So you went to Church's, you said.
I went to Church's Chicken.
And so we got
Louisiana.
Popeyes.
Look, I've been driving by this spot. It says Louisiana fried chicken.
Yeah. Oh no,
I never ate that one.
No, we might as well. No, there. And so we're going to keep you guys updated each week on the chicken wars, and let us know who do you think. Who's going to win the chicken wars?
Who's the winners?
Stay tuned. The Audio Missile Podcast will be right back.
Okay, do you guys like pickup trucks?
My boy, they're gas guzzlers.
Yeah.
Well, why would Tesla is making an electric one?
Ooh, I've heard about that. No, I've heard about that one.
How much weight can it carry? Is it compatible to a real truck?
I think so.
What was it, F-250?
I think they're like on the same, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about the price point, but
what's the price point?
But check this out. $100. If you can get $100 in good credit, you can place an order. So far,
that's just to order it, though.
That's just to order. Well,
not that bad.
No, the cost of it is $39,000.
Wow.
And then after taxes, but you won't get it till 2021. And so far, they got over 146,000 orders
already.
It's a lot. It's a fucking lot.
Yes, sir. They're calling it the CyberTruck.
It looks kind of funky looking, right?
People aren't too happy with the look.
It looks kind of like a stealth bomber if it was a pickup truck, kind of.
Now, let me tell you one of the problems. Now, what they're saying is that it has unbreakable glass.
But it broke when they were doing the commercial. Well, I saw some shit yesterday in the news. Like they threw a metal ball, and after the second time,
It didn't go through though.
it cracked. Oh, it didn't go through.
It would have went through my car. That shit would have like nothing.
You heard the story about the guy, the drunk driver, had the Tesla drive him home?
Yeah.
And that's not drunk driving. You don't get a DUI.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Is that true?
I don't know if that's true.
Well,
I don't know if that's true.
There was a hit and run here a couple of days. White Tesla killed somebody.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I figured they could find him, right? Is it log? Is it log?
He can say, hey, it was on cruise control. It's Tesla's fault. It's not my fault. So is it a hit and run if it's on autopilot? That's a good question.
I don't even think it'll hit anyone though.
No, but we are going to talk about hit and runs in the future because I know that you saw one personally the other day, no?
Well, my phone. Yeah, I went to this place, bar by my house. I was having a drink there with a few friends, and all of a sudden we saw a bunch of police lights, and we went out there, and a 16-year-old kid in Monterey Park got hit.
What?
And they just drove off and let him die on the street.
Oh my God.
I guess he was skateboarding across the street, but who hits a kid and just leaves him there to die on the street?
Who hits a kid and lets him die on the street? That's not cool, my boy.
I mean, even if you're drunk, you gotta at least give him CPR or something, right?
So tell us what you guys think about this hit and run epidemic out there. And also tell us, are you going to get a Tesla truck? Are you into Tesla? Because they're subsidized by the government, though.
What do you mean?
You know that
you get like tax
they
breaks.
give him tax breaks?
right. So in other words, he can't afford to make Teslas. Tesla, it's not profitable. The only reason it's profitable is because the government subsidizes it. It makes it affordable for you to buy it. The cost wouldn't be $40,000 for that truck; it'd be $140,000.
Really?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well,
so the government has worked out a deal, and I agree. I like it. In the long run, it's going to work out for the environment.
well, I guess they saw the future. There's a lot of Chinese electric cars.
Sure,
They're trying to get an American car company the edge.
Because I already know the question is, what electric car would you buy if they made it electric? And you already told me what you wanted.
I'm looking at this new Mustang Mach-E that's coming out. It looks pretty sporty. I was always saying, how come they don't make a nice, like a Camaro or a nice looking car into an electric? They always make like the ugliest cars.
They make them ugly.
Yeah.
And it's because of they're like, oh, we made an electric car, but no one's buying it.
Yeah.
Just fucking ugly.
Yeah, but now this Mustang looks really nice.
How fast that car go?
It says there 0 to 60 on 3 seconds.
Whoa!
So
Hey, electric cars are
electric
fast.
is the future, I guess, right?
Electric is the future. You heard it here, folks, on the Audio Missile Podcast.
Stay tuned. The Audio Missile Podcast will be right back.
Okay, so out here in Los Angeles, we have the MTA, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority.
I take it all the time.
Yeah,
the subway.
A lot of people take the subways, the bus, the trains, but they have a lost and found.
Oh, unusual lost and found. They have so many items turning up there. It's 200,000 items per month.
Wow.
Damn.
Phones, bags, keys, and books.
Wow.
But they also get a bunch of freaky stuff there, I bet.
Okay, I've heard they have an unusual amount of wheelchairs they find every month.
Yeah, wheelchairs.
Okay, one wheelchair, two wheelchairs. I mean, how do you get on a bus or train on your wheelchair and forget it?
You roll on and walk off?
You probably there's a whole group of pastors riding the metro line, and whenever they see somebody in the wheelchair, they heal them.
Oh,
Leave the wheelchair behind. Walk away, brother.
You are healed.
You are healed.
Well, that's crazy. I mean, you get your wheelchair on, but you don't get your wheelchair off. I mean, how do you forget your wheelchair?
I mean, you would have it next to you at least, right?
I'll leave it there.
I mean, it's a fucking chair. You're already in a chair. You don't need to get off of it to get in a chair because you're in a chair.
Well, let me ask you another question. How do you forget your bicycle? Because it turns out 500 bicycles per month are left on the
Jesus.
metro.
You know what? That could happen. You get on the bike, you get stoned, you take your bike. Look, last week, the CVS is like maybe half a mile from my house, and I drove there, okay, and I bought some crap, and then I walked all the way home. I forgot that I had driven there.
No way.
Yes, I had to walk all the way back again.
So what you're telling me is you forgot your wheelchair.
So you could forget. Well, the wheelchair's difficult because you can't walk. That's part of you.
That is
the
the
wheels
point.
are your legs.
So we're going to ask you guys a question. How do you forget your wheelchair? We want to see in the comments below. Let us know. How do you forget your wheelchair?
You are listening to the Audio Missile Podcast.
Well, this weekend was the big robbery, USC, UCLA. and I guess USC won. But there's a lot of suicides that have been happening at USC, and no one knows what's going on.
Yeah, there's a dark side to all this. 9 students so far. I mean,
ODs or hangings or gunshots, do we even know?
well, there's different things. I mean, this semester, it started with the death of Matthew Olson. He was only 18 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he went onto the 110 freeway and was walking between the fast lanes.
You got hit by a car?
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's why he chose to kill himself?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And so USC is trying to reach out to all the students right now. I mean, last year was six deaths. So, I mean, what's going on?
Stress? Too much stress.
The rivalry, the Bruins?
The Bruin rivalry is stressing them out. Well, they won. Maybe there'll be less suicides because they won, according to my friend Shannon.
Right. Well, we're laughing, folks. We're making light of this, but suicides...
It's no joking matter.
It's no joking matter, but,
Something's going on, though.
So it's only USC's the only school? All the other ones are not committing suicide? Or just less numbers?
Right. We're going to check into that, folks. So stay tuned next week, and we're going to come back and tell you about the suicide rate in schools. Is it every school? Are students just pressured nowadays, or is this...
Is it unique? Is it just USC?
Just USC.
So, all right. Let us know what you think below in the comments.
You are listening to the Audio Missile Podcast.
Okay, and to stay on the subject of football, there's a couple of kids, a high school football team, they were stealing their money, and it kept on happening over and over and over
New
again.
Mexico?
Yep. And then the coach even punished the kids. He made them run laps and all kinds of stuff.
Push-ups?
And then they installed a hidden camera, and what happened?
Is that what they did, a hidden camera?
The students said, we're tired of this, we're going to set up our own camera, see what's going on.
And they busted, guess who?
The coach.
Yes.
That's right, folks.
The coach himself was the thief.
I think it's a court and all that.
So, I mean, how much money can he take from these kids?
No, their lunch money.
It's mostly like Beverly Hills where they have tons of money. I mean, this was where?
New Mexico.
Okay, New Mexico doesn't have a lot of money, right?
Right.
He was banging in the lockers or what?
How much can you steal from a kid's locker? I mean, what? $2, $5? What?
Right.
Do kids carry that much money in cash? Most parents that I know give their kids a credit card and they put money into it, and then they control what their kids use and how much they waste. I mean, that's the future, right?
Yeah.
But this guy was taking cash. Was he stealing cell phones or just money?
I don't think so. I think it was just money.
No, he was just taking money because he would think that the kids would assume it's other students. So finally, like you said, one of the kids got smart and set up a hidden camera, maybe his phone.
So what are the consequences? Did they whip his ass as a kids or what?
Well,
I think he went to court.
If it would happen in our school, we would have jumped him.
No, he was fired. He's done. He was fired.
Oh, yeah?
But, it actually benefited the kids. They got extra laps, push-ups. They're healthier over it.
They actually are a winning football team now, thanks to stealing.
Because they had no lunch money, they couldn't get their Popeye's chicken.
Well, if anybody has anything stolen from them from one of their teachers, let us know on your comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below, folks.
You are listening to the Audio Missile Podcast.